You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
All right, folks, the federal court has ruled that being called the N-word does not fall under the fighting words exception in the First Amendment. The fighting word doctrine allows the government to limit speech when it is likely to incite immediate violence or retaliation by the recipients of the words. What does that mean? It means that people who use the N-word will not face criminal charges. They are protected by the nation's current free speech regime. But, Scott, it still might get you an ass whooping.
Yeah, and you and I talked about this, and I think they'd get an ass whooping from you. So when I read this story, I was thinking of you in mind and the ass whooping that you would be given. But there's hope in this decision. Let me break this down. You're right about what you're reporting, but this was a case where the N-word was used on a military base at a retail shop, and the context of when it was used by itself in a question. It was bizarre exchange between him, the lieutenant or the military person, and the salesperson. There was no violence. There was no heated argument. There was no progression. And so the circumstances surrounding the use of the N-word was almost a rhetorical question in this context. And there the court said you needed more to fit into that fighting word exception, and the surrounding facts just simply weren't there. So I don't want to read too much into this decision because the state court and the appellate court in that jurisdiction should have done more digging. And so the court found that the N-word used in that context, under that circumstance and fact, was not, you couldn't criminalize it under that state statute. And so I think they were right about that given the facts. But if there were heated words and if there was a subsequent fight, I think the ruling would have been different. The facts just weren't there.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.